When I'm not recording the raw hype, I like to steal shit. I'm giving us.
I'm recording like Michael Jordan, baby. I'm still on it.
Well, I'm still getting it like Scottie Pippen.
I heard somebody say that you can't say Scottie Pippen bars no more. Are Scottie Pippen bars that common?
I was just about to say, why is that?
I swear. It's your boy, HYPE. It's your boy, Hype. I'm in the building. Hide the women and children.
This your boy Rebel, and this is indeed some version of the raw hype.
The raw hype. Why you act like we ain't in the same room? It ain't the real raw hype, man.
Because it ain't.
We tried to record in the same room just last weekend. Ran into the good old technical difficulties.
I was just about to say, we ran into the good old... Thank you. How you said it was the perfect way to say it. The good old technical difficulty. Dog, and I came and I was telling my lady about that. Her response was literally, why does always happen to y'all? And it gives the impression as if, like, we don't learn our lesson or, like, we caused this. Which is correct, but
it usually tries to happen when we try to stick to the next step of our process.
Yes, we are. But not only that, when we always try to do something different or do something new, it's like, all right, man, let's try something new. And, within blazing new trail, you got to step in some shit.
But in my defense, I look at it like we be trying to use equipment and electronics that I done spent my hard-earned money for. So it's like, I'm like, hell yeah, man, let's use this shit. I'm recording on one of the cameras right now that I'll never use. I just got these nice-ass cameras, and I record using my phone when I do stuff. And I'm like, no, I want to use my new shit. So if you can't see me right now, it's because my camera done fucked up or I don't know how to use it, damn it. I don't have the answers.
Also, in association with that, what pisses me off is like, at least, and I guess it's just natural with nature how that shit works, but it's like, it's always good ass shit that gets lost.
Bruh.
Like, it's never the shit that I go, man,
no.
If this episode was to be lost, I wouldn't have a problem with it. It'd be the shit. Like, we was poolside. I'm talking about the ambiance.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
we did.
We had a green screen. We was prepared, and we learned how to edit the green screen before we even shot it on something. Let's make sure we can do this.
Shot a sample video to learn how to edit. The sample video come out just fine. Ain't no issue with the sample video. So we gonna put that motherfucker out. Just us talking and shit. Hey, what's good? Can you hear me? Yeah, I can hear you. How I look? Shit, look all right to me. I can't tell. Drop that motherfucker, go viral. Two niggas don't know how to record viral.
I'm telling you, boy, that's a new segment.
But I took some things from it, because that's all you can do from L's in life. All you can do is take things from them. So it made me say, well, I do. Right. I'm like, I do want to use these cameras and I do want to use these microphones and I do want to use this green screen setup and I do want to know how to edit it like that and take our next step. Like we're shooting skits and little movie stuff. Like we're doing it all. So it's like, I can't be mad at the motivation at least,
Exactly. And like, not only that, there's knowledge that came from it. We learn, what we need to change, what we need to fix, what we need to plug, what we need to think, the angles that work, you know what I'm saying? And then the lessons learned through editing. So now we're about to start the raw hype editorials. What that shit gonna be called, yo?
That would shit. It don't even matter. Let me get it. But for real, I'm gonna hop on. For real, man. Like I just be pondering. You believe in manifestation?
Yes. Short answer. Yes. Longer answer. Man, that shit don't be always working. And it's just like with anything that's a gamble. Like, you can think you're the best dice roller, but you cannot win today. You know what I'm saying? And you really wanted to. You bet the most money you didn't bet because you know how to do this. And it just don't be that. Or you go to sleep and you dream you're going to get the money. You think about the money. You do all these things set up to get the money. You go get the money and you get the money taken from you. So, that's manifestation. But it does work. I'd like to believe you look to things and then them things come to you because your eyes on it. Simple version. When you're trying to buy a new car, you see that car all the time and then you never saw it before. But it's because you wasn't looking for it before. You dig?
I don't think that's crazy.
And I think that's what manifestation is. If you go looking for something, you might find it. Or you
If
might
you
get
believe
lost.
it's there.
Or you might get lost and find something else. And then you tell yourself, oh, was this what I really meant to find? But sorry, go
I
ahead,
get
man.
it. Reminds me of my friend Jesus. If we're being total, because when it don't work from Jesus, they be like, "You didn't believe it enough."
You didn't believe
That's how
hard enough.
manifestation. That's how manifestation works. For me, I don't know why it's so much easier for me to believe in manifestation opposed to Jesus. But I think it's because in the world of manifestation, it comes from within,
Yeah,
and
you're your own
Jesus
Jesus.
is. Exactly. So it's like it's easier to blame me when I'm being my own Jesus than it is to blame somebody that you told me can do anything. You feel me? So if it's like, all right, I want $1 million, I want $1 million, I want $1 million, I am going to have $1 million, I am going to have $1 million. And then I just kick it for 2 weeks and I don't do nothing. And then I say, well, if I don't have $1 million, it's easy for me to say, well, you did just kind of kick it for 2 weeks, right? Mm-hmm. But when I say it to Jesus and I ain't do nothing for 2 weeks, but I can say, but Jesus can just make the million appear like, bam, you feel me? So it's like, like you love me more than I love me. I didn't love me enough to get up and do something for 2 weeks. I ain't love me enough to try to get the million. What? But you love me more than me.
I was about to say.
So you got to want me to have $1 million more than I want me to have.
You told me to let go of the wheel. So I did.
Exactly.
The wheel to get up and do something. My daughter has been doing the same shit that you've been just saying that people do. Like, literally, she'll be like, I'll give her something, like I'll give her like $5 or something. She'd be like, yes, I prayed to God that you would give me money. And I was like, right? Or like random shit will happen. Like she asked for food and we'll make her fucking rice and cucumbers. She'd be like, yes, I asked the Lord to give me rice and cucumbers. I was like, no, nigga, you asked me. I don't know what you did in your head or who you prayed to before, but you asked me.
See, in your life, you your own Jesus in so many different ways. Now you just need to believe in you,
exactly,
like your daughter do. You feel me?
Yeah.
But I don't know why I believe in manifestation so much more than I believe in Jesus.
One is
they're very similar.
One is associated with lies that's been told to you, and the other is just the lie you tell yourself. Oh, I'm gonna wake up tomorrow and go get it. Tomorrow comes and like,
yes.
You want to get up, then you can't go say, well, Jesus is your fault. Like, oh no, you said it. It's your fault. Yeah. But when you tell me, no, all right, just so I'm finna handle both of them. Go ahead,
Lord. Please wake me up at 6 a.m. in the morning with me having the willpower to work out and grind and make myself a multimillionaire.
Amen. In Hype name we pray.
Also, I would like to manifest that I'm going to wake up tomorrow at 6 a.m. and I'm going to grind and work on me becoming a millionaire.
Come on, baby.
Together, they can't be stopped.
Come on, you talking about the two unstoppable forces?
They're like Jordan and Pippen. The way that I be skipping and giving them a up, you know what I was going to ride with, but apparently you can't ride my Pippen. Because I'm balling like Pippen.
This is why I feel like they need to get what we create, man. Like, look how you just did that. That's a freestyle, right? Literally. Right. In 8 minutes, we started with a Pippen joke. And you just weaved the Pippen joke into your joke, which was real. That's difficult to do, man.
Shut up, man. For real.
I guess Jordan I do a lot of praising because niggas don't get enough praises. Meanwhile, you got a nigga like Jesus out here. Y'all praise him for no reason. This nigga ain't giving you manifestations.
That nigga gave you the most popular book of all time. He a best-selling author, though.
I know, that nigga gave you one classic. That nigga a GOAT forever.
For real though, the Bible the hottest selling book of all time.
Like, I think the Bible is like always the number one selling book. Which makes me believe, like, how is that even possible?
Right, who making the bread?
Not only that, that's a great question. Yo, that's a good question.
Because if it's whoever put out a Bible and it ain't no copyright, I need to drop me one.
I think I got a picture of remember you was doing the AI shit where you look like Jesus.
I'm gonna call my Bible. I'm gonna call it Holy Riders, bro. A lot of people don't know I used to be in a gospel rap group, man, called the Holy Ride. Holy Riders on the rise, look into our eyes. We ain't ordinary guys in the sky. We gon' glide. I've been fucking with Jesus. I've been fucking with him. You would think I have no shit. You would think a nigga just swimming in Scrooge McDuck money. You feel me? Long I've been fucking with my homeboy JC. For real.
Man, I don't know who ain't
it's
looking
like,
out. Or who should.
Right? He don't fuck with his people as hard as he should. I be seeing homeless people on the street talk about Jesus.
Well, maybe he do. Cause remember, like, you know, Jesus might be like the God for a select few people, and we just trying to get in. Cause Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Neil deGrasse Tyson said it's been over 3,000 gods.
That's see what I'm saying? See,
which one of them the right one, man?
And that's the problem, because everybody got their own God. Everybody else's God that they worship got something to do with what they got going on. We the only ones sharing a God and shit, and wonder why he only looking out for his real kid.
Right, I'm finna switch.
We got to, but where we going? Who we switching to?
I don't know, man. I'm leaning towards Michael Jordan.
Some praise him.
He's been pretty godlike for a long time.
Who's the Judas, nigga? Pippen?
Pippen, bro. You want to know something? I be talking about this all the time with like young people. Is young people, they don't know what it was like back when celebrities were gods.
Yeah, that was different there.
Yes, like Kim Kardashian is like a popular ass celebrity. The Rock is a popular ass celebrity. But when we were coming up, like Michael Jackson and like Michael Jordan and like Mike Tyson and
like
them niggas was them niggas was gods, bruh. Like legit gods.
Like to me, in conjunction with what you're saying, those to me are like who I call celebrities. Like everybody else is popular. Like if you
they famous people.
Yeah, you famous people. Like, but them, like they always even say it in their field. Like they the A-listers. Like motherfucking Tom Cruise and shit. Fucking Brad Pitt. Like that's a different level of a celebrity.
Like people were saying how the Weeknd was as popular as Michael Jackson.
See what I'm saying? That can only be said from somebody today.
Yes, because we all know that Michael Jackson was like the most popular nigga in the whole world.
On earth, exactly. And this man was making people pass out in other countries and languages and shit.
And it wasn't a debate. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't a debate. Like that nigga was the most popular nigga in the world, bro.
I remember Michael Jackson when I was able to like realize shit. I was watching, it was Fresh Prince had was on NBC, and Michael Jackson came in with his brand new video, Remember the Time, and shut shit down.
When the video Remember the Time came out,
that was like the biggest
that shit
deal.
was like somebody flying 2 planes into the World Trade Center as far as the news goes. Like, legitimately. It's like, hey, everybody stop. Everybody stop. It's like, hey, everybody stop. And if you don't stop what you're doing right now to watch the Remember the Time video, you're not going to be able to watch it on your computer in the morning. You're not going to be able to watch it on your phone in the morning. Like, if you want to see the Remember the Time video, which everyone in the world does, stop what you're doing right. When I tell people I was never no diehard Michael Jackson fan, you feel what I'm saying? But it was like being a fan of Michael Jackson came along with being alive. You feel what I'm saying? It's a part of it was a part of being alive. It's like, oh, I'm not no diehard fan, but I want to watch the Remember the Time video. Or like when the Scream video came out, and people was like, the Scream video is the most expensive video of all time, and it costs all this money. And when you see it, you be like, well, shit, I can see why. It's amazing, and it's this, and it's like, wow, this is an amazing video.
It's a song with him and his sister Janet.
Right, and you spend that much money on a video today, you ain't never gonna make your money back. Like, let me look up how much the Scream video costs.
Shit, you can make the
I don't know the amount,
now.
but you're not gonna make your money back. And that's without me knowing the exact dollar amount. We'll both watch.
They made their money back by, it wasn't because what made these such a big deal, It wasn't MTV or BET, and that's who showed music videos and CMT.
Yes.
This shit came on NBC. So that they made
the Scream video. That shit cost $7 million to make.
Is it still the most expensive video? Because $7 million sounds like a lot of money.
Yeah, it's the most expensive music video of all time.
Still to this day.
Yes.
See, that makes sense. They probably did.
And it's because who the fuck would do that?
Those are film budgets. This nigga made a film into a 3-minute, 5-minute
No bullshit.
video.
No bullshit, bro. Like, yeah.
Who got that money?
Who even knows, bro? Who even knows, bro? But yes, so I be on some shit like the times are so different that shit that exists today exists in a way that's not real to people that was alive to see shit before them. Like saying that The Weeknd is like more popular than Michael Jackson is legitimately like saying fucking me and you are more popular than fucking David Letterman was back in the day. It's like, to me, it's literally like, because we can say, well, anybody can watch us. You can just watch David Letterman whenever, or we've had a video that did this, or we have a video to do this. Back then, David Letterman didn't have a video that had 1.4 million views of somebody watching him in this small amount of time. We can say that happened to us. You feel what I'm saying? We can say we got a video that had 1.4 million views in a 30-day span. Show me David Letterman in 1990 where he had, you feel what I'm saying? But it's just like, what are you saying,
we putting up NBC numbers around this motherfucker.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? But it's just the time. Guess how much the budget was for the movie Friday?
Probably $3 million.
$3.5 million.
There we go. As I say, shit, they probably paid for Friday and next Friday with that Scream budget.
But think how crazy that is.
Yeah, you probably double that shit for Friday too, and you right around the wheelhouse.
Nah, Friday 2 budget had to be way bigger than that. Because now we playing with some money.
Yeah, I got paid.
And we playing with some money. You know what I'm saying? But yes, it's crazy. It's crazy. Now you're making me just want to know. I'm sorry, guys.
Hey, we here now.
Yeah, I know. 11 million.
What's for Friday too?
For next Friday.
So that's triple.
But see, the video Scream is in that realm.
What,
7 to 11.
Price?
Yes. For a music video, bro.
Drake would never spend the whole video. I don't even think nobody else was in the video. That wasn't a robot.
I seen Drake was giving away money in the God's Plan video, and it didn't cost $7 million.
He sent people to college and changed their lives, and it ain't cost that much. All we saw was Metallica and Janet Jackson.
Bruh, the shit is insane. But yes, Drake would never spend that on a motherfucking music video, man.
Man, you know what I also hear with that now that we all... Hey, pay attention as the older you get, the way you listen now and the way you hear things. Literally, I was in the bed laying down the other day, and my lady came in just talking about fucking like policies and shit. And I'm like, yo, this is crazy we here now. Like, we at the age where you got to worry about what they doing locally in your government and school district shit and all that. So when I hear that, though, I think, yo, who made this money? Because that's a lot of money to throw out for a music video, my nigga.
Right. Yeah. It's the truth.
Shit, but right before that, you got Bounce With Me by Bow Wow coming on. That motherfucker cost $750,000. He number one on 106 & Park.
You can make a dope-ass video for free now.
Yes, that's what I was trying to say. You can make the Scream on your phone and with your computer. Only thing you'll be missing is Michael Jackson and Janet. That's the only two things you'll be missing. Shit, if you pay a $10,000 cameo fee, you can get Janet Jackson and that motherfucker.
No bullshit. You can get a video that's quality and get Janet Jackson to be in that video for way less than $7 million.
Shit, or you can AI that motherfucking Janet and you still pay less than that.
I feel like 95% of famous people would stop what they doing and make an appearance for $100,000.
They send birthdays and all that shit out for $75 and $50 and $100 shout out. Like, they would do that.
And like, think if you said, I'll come to you. You ain't got to change your schedule at all. Hey, what day you going to be somewhere where I can talk to you for an hour and I give you $100,000? I feel like 95% of people on the earth, no matter who they are, will stop what they're doing to talk to somebody for an hour for $100 bands.
They would do way more than that. Like, most people, you pay them, hey, how much you need for a feature? I charge $25,000. You give them $25,000, they record the feature, you gotta go. You tell a nigga, hey, $25,000? All right, man. I'll give you $100,000 for 2 of them. Them niggas will help promote the song. Them niggas will do way more for you, man. I got this other project coming on me. Like, you'll get way more just by that light overpay.
It's so crazy that 100 bands is so much money also while being nothing.
And you only realize that after having 100 bands.
Yeah.
Money is a lesson you can only learn hands-on. Now, the pitfalls of money you can learn from another motherfucker, but you know what I'm saying? It will also make you understand more how they got that pitfall. Like, you can spend money very easily.
Yes, bro, money go. Money go. Like,
how you waste all that money on a this? Then when you get some money and you realize how quickly and easily a this comes, because at that point, sometimes you start paying for the convenience. You know what I'm saying? So it's like convenience.
Money is like the easiest way to tell how fake that money is that it's shit that exists. Like, there's watches that cost more than my house.
Yes.
There is no watch. There is no watch in the whole world that should cost more than my house.
That's a fact.
Hell, my house shouldn't cost what it costs.
Especially when I can do more on my watch than you can do on yours.
No doubt. On every $300,000 watch in the world, I can do more on my watch.
That costs.
It ain't one $300,000 watch that exists that I can call somebody on.
Or I can check my heart rate on my heart rhythm.
Yes. It ain't no $300,000 watch that if I hear my iPhone ringing, I can answer the phone. I mean, willing to bet it ain't no $300,000 watch that check my heart rate or tell me how many steps I've taken today. I'll be willing to bet that.
Shit, that watch ain't gonna tell me who at my door and send me a picture of that motherfucker.
It's not. So it's not gonna do that.
When you get to it, how y'all manage to make people pay that much for a watch that don't do nothing?
No doubt. I sent Reb a screenshot the other day, y'all. It had a laptop computer that cost $2,300. And then under it, it had a laptop computer that cost $699. Okay? Mm-hmm. And when you look at the 2 pictures of these laptops, it's identical.
Exactly.
You can't tell the difference between a laptop. And I'm like, so for 2 things that look exactly alike, how can one be worth $2,400 and one be worth $600 when not only do they look exactly alike, but they're made by the same company and they do the same things? There ain't no website that the $2,400 laptop go on that the $600 laptop can't do it on. There is no easier way to see how fake money is than how much shit costs.
That nigga try to go on Google and motherfucker say, access denied. Please download the premium pro model. Please upgrade laptop. Like, for real. It's like, well, how is this worth $1,800 more? Well, that's how they get you. The size of the gig and shit, all that. They just add that don't change nothing with the computer. It just changes.
Exactly. What do this do? You feel me? And it's the same thing. It's like what do this watch do that this watch don't do? And like I even said, my house shouldn't cost $300,000.
I agree. I just don't get, man, with all this alien talk and all the aliens and shit coming, man, I really believe it's like some worldwide regulating and shit finna go on. And 2 things I want. I hope I make the cut. Because I kind of want to see what's going down, man. I don't want to deal with this bullshit and then don't get to see what's going down. And then 2, I hope it resets to where motherfuckers put money and shit back into perspective. Because, like...
Yes, money is out of perspective.
It's out of control.
There's no way that a watch should cost $300,000 and then a nigga make $10 an hour to do a job.
Or you don't even know this watch costs this. Some of them shit be like literally plain black with the fucking clocks and the screws in there. How much is that? Oh, 1.3 million. For what, my nigga? It's harder to tell the time on that because you got to remember where the long hand is and the short hand is. So it's like, I'm paying 1.3 million to make life difficult? Like, I don't get it. And again, that's an example of money not being appreciated and being misused to the point where things like that become things of value and of worth. You know, I never forget it, man.
But my time ain't worth shit.
There's a metaphor in there somewhere. There's a metaphor.
It's crazy that my time ain't worth shit. Like, for real. My time
is
ain't worth shit.
It ain't worth shit. That is somewhere
It ain't
in
worth
there, man. If I was
shit.
still a
But
rapper,
a watch is.
And that's
But a
just
watch
disgusting, though, man. Because
Yes.
what I remember about money, right, was all those Pablo Escobar documents.
That nigga said what I remember about like back when you used to have. What I remember about money, nigga, I ain't had none in so long, and I ain't got no new memories of the shit. You feel what I'm saying?
Motherfucking me and money.
What I remember about money, nigga ain't had no new memories of it. Go on, though, man.
No, so essentially what I was saying, though, is Pablo Escobar, like when he was on the run and hiding and shit, and literally he had to burn money just to fucking try to survive. So what got him in the predicament of having to hide is the money, which now he has an abundance of, and fucking rats is eating it, and he's using it as fire. So it's like, man, look. You know what I'm saying? You did all that shit to get this money that now ain't even worth anything to you, and all you would like to see is your family again or have your fucking freedom. But now you got piles and crates of money, nigga. That's what you want, right? That's what we do it for. That's what I'm saying when money need to get back. It's proper.
Somebody had the dumbest analogy I seen on TikTok one day, right? They said, you'd like to have $1 million, right? And people were like, yeah. He was like, well, what if I told you if I give you $1 million right now, you'd have to die tomorrow. Would it still be worth it to you then? And I'm like, people think that this is deep and it's so dumb because it's basically saying, well, your life is worth more than money. And it's just like, did you think that people didn't know that before? People don't want $1 million because it's worth their life. They want $1 million so they can have a good life. I want both of them. Hell, separately, neither one of them is that great. You feel what I'm saying? $1 million without life and life without $1 million, neither one of them is that great. You put them together, though, they popular.
Oh, let's find a happy medium.
That'll literally be like saying, you want a bad bitch, right? Well, hell yeah. Well, if I told you you'd get a bad bitch tomorrow, your dick don't work no more. Would you still want her? No, nigga. Actually, I wouldn't.
Hey, ironically, that's what they be saying about like these bodybuilders and shit. Like them niggas do things to get their body good to have women, but then what they do be affecting their dick, so they can't even please the woman. So what are you doing?
I don't feel like bodybuilders do that shit to have no woman. I don't.
You got some of the instances where, he wasn't as attractive. She's looking at this guy like all the women who was looking at, what that nigga name? Michael B. Jordan and what's his name? And Creed was coming out. Shit, I was looking at the dick. I was like, yo, I want to get my shit. Well, not like that. I was looking at him like, man, I want to get my shit all crispy, cut it up like that shit, man. So it's one of those, you know what I'm saying? Nigga go get body built so he can have more confidence and look good for the ladies.
Yeah. Hey, I said my God was going to be Michael Jordan, but shit, I want a nigga to look like a God. I want Michael B. Jordan to be my Jesus.
You had the right name. You was missing the middle.
On God, right?
You had a J, you needed a B. And if you get it, then you can get the BJ. Come on, there's metaphors in there somewhere.
It's real out here, you know?
Listen, before we started, we asked what we was going to talk about. We started to say we're going to talk about something, and in true raw hype fashion, we ended up on a 30-minute road down a road we didn't know we was going.
Right. Complaining about money. You know
it's not money, man. It's complaining with the use of money. Because, look at that. You need bread. Man, I know you. You got bread. But, you always need bread. But you don't need bread for bread, though. And it's shit like that is so whack. Oh, yeah, I was watching this show on Netflix called Poisoned. They always drop one or two of these often, where they were talking about, the food industry and things of that nature. And, of course, but this one was kind of different to me because, they had, victims of people, who died and shit. And then, people, they had spinach outbreaks and E. coli and all that type of shit. And then there's literally this girl that went to Panera and got a salad. And motherfucker literally nearly died 48 hours later because the salad had E. coli. And that shit was eating through her liver. And she got to be on dialysis and shit for the rest of her life. And she almost didn't survive. Then they had a kid who had a burger at Jack in the Box. And that motherfucker had E. coli and shit. And then And then they started explaining how like the shit be getting all gummy in the sense of they have the FDA is who is in charge of like everything that's not meat. And then the USDA deals with the meat, right? And the meat and the vegetable farm literally is on the same property. Right? So the meat is fucking up the veggies and shit, and then they're going, and then vice versa. And then they're like, well, who regulates this shit? And it's like, the FDA is like, well, them niggas got their shit coming out over here. It's like, well, them niggas got their pesticides. And it's like, yo, what's going on? Can like one of y'all niggas move? But instead, y'all rather send out batches of spoiled and E. coli spinach and shit, and then kill it. Like, there was a kid in there that died, dog.
It only becomes our problem.
Say that again?
You know? It becomes our problem, not nobody else's.
Exactly.
It's not the FDA problem. It's not the farm problem. It's not Panera Bread problem. It's not Jack in the Box problem. You know? It only becomes our problem. And that's why money becomes so important, because the less money that you have, the more the big problems of America become your problems.
Say that again?
The less money that you have, the more the big problems of America become your problems.
Yes. Yes, because you're the only one getting screwed. The people with money can move around. The niggas who was doing this shit, they're like, hey, so what foods would you stay away from? They're like, yo, I would never eat a cantaloupe. And I never buy spinach. And I never buy chicken. And all these different shit. Like, man, if you see this shit, like we've seen it before, but like when you see it with a different context of how they paint in the picture, it's like, that's my point what I was saying. It's money. Because motherfuckers want money and extra bonuses for themselves. They're willing to fucking have your cows and pigs right next to your fucking leafy greens and tell you, hey, man, chances are low. They fucking tested. They had a nigga from Purdue Chicken there. Tested the shit, right? And this nigga, out of 25% of the shit they bought from random stores, all had E. coli in it. But it's like the legal limit of E. coli that can be in your food. Which this one nigga said, yo, why is there a legal limit of E. coli that could be in my food?
Why isn't it zero? But shit, I seen this shit where people was going to restaurants and buying fish and shit, and then they'll send it off to the lab and get tested, and it don't be the salmon and shit that they say it is. It's some cheap ass fish that's just in one place, like Pakistan or something.
Like it's like the cheapest. Shit.
Yeah, but it's like in this dirty ass water, and it's the cheapest fish in the world you can get.
See what I'm saying? Again, that's for money. It's because I want an extra dollar so I can go buy something else that I'm fucking the world over. So I'm saying,
bro.
Money is always comes back to being the problem, and motherfuckers want for it and the use for it. Because now I don't need the money to buy a house. I needed to buy a $1.3 million watch that you can't tell time on.
Bruh, I seen a news like a segment the other day, right? It was on TikTok and somebody just reposted it. And it was showing how it's so dope that this big company created a whole neighborhood of houses to rent. He's basically saying like, it's just like an apartment complex except for everybody gets their own house. You know what I'm saying? And they were saying it come with this, it come with this. And they was like saying it on the news like it was dope. And I was like, yo, what these niggas doing is they turning us into a nation of renters to where a person can never own a house. The number one way to become rich in America is if you don't have no money is through real estate. So what they doing is they turning it into where the only people who have real estate are rich people. So it's like, this ain't dope. They're like, man, it costs this much to buy a house. You can rent one for less. So you saving like $500 a month. It's like, no, nigga, I'm saving zero. Like right now, I'm like super broke, right? In a way that I haven't been broke in a while. You know what I'm saying? The stock market was not good to me last week. Right? So to try to make up for that, I got to take every bit of money that I got and put it into another stock to make up for what I just lost. Right? So I have bread, but none of it is accessible to me because it's all tied to a stock. Right? And if this stock plummets, then I don't have bread. Right? But if the stock don't plummet, I will have some bread when I sell it. But right now, I don't have access to no money and I have bills and shit coming in.
You're in a limbo.
So I look... Right. So, but I look at it like, yo, if shit super duper hit the fan for me, I could get a home equity loan. I could refinance my house. It's like, I'm never extremely broke because I own my house.
Mm-hmm.
You feel what I'm saying? So it's like if push comes to shove, if I needed a new air conditioner, if I needed a new roof, if I just needed to have some money in my hand, I could sell my house, I could get some equity out of it, I could do whatever. So I'm not as broke as my bank account says that I am, right? Oh. But in every other year of my life before I owned the house, I was.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And the same goes for you, where you can say, man, I'm broke as fuck. But if you really needed 20 bands, if you really needed 40 bands, you could get it out of your house in some kind of way. It might hurt you in the long run, but today it could help you. There is nothing else you can do in life to be able to do that. And there is nobody that's like, you can get a fucking credit card that has your equity on that credit card. Let's say your house, let's say you owe $400,000 on your house. Your house is worth $600,000. You can go get a credit card that's $100,000. That's low interest. That's on some easy to work with shit.
Give it to you too.
Yes, just because they can say, well, shit, if you don't pay us back, we can come take your crib. Boom. You know what I'm saying? There's a catch to it, but there's a catch to everything. So my whole point is y'all making it to where regular people can't do that shit no more. Y'all making it to where y'all own every house. And shit, y'all already own everything. You own every business. You own every, you feel what I'm saying? So it's just like y'all making it impossible for regular people to breathe. Like money ain't the root of all evil. Lack of money and greed of money are the lack of all evil. You know what I'm saying? A nigga that got some money that's not the greediest nigga in the world. Let's say a nigga got $500,000 and he make $500,000 a year. And he's just saying, I'm good with this. And he ain't got to steal from me and he ain't got to try to fuck somebody over to get a deal.
In the middle.
You feel me? Like somebody like that, money is not evil for them at all. Money is nothing but good and positive for them. It's the people at the super duper top and the people at the super duper bottom that money is evil for. Like we always be saying,
people will do anything to get it, and the top people will do anything to get it,
to keep it, or get more. You feel me? And like we were saying, I've heard a nigga say a blanket statement that anybody that got $1 billion is not a good person, and I was like, I sadly agree with that.
No, that's a fact. I heard that same statement, and it's flip side with women. It's the same shit I used to say with them, in the sense of like, you can't expect to have this rich, successful man and then expect for him to only want to fuck with you. We said that before.
No doubt.
So it's like when you put yourself in that pool, you put yourself in that pool.
No doubt.
It's the same reason like if you leave him, you going for another person that's on that level because you're like, hey, I need to maintain this way of living.
Yes. I was about to talk about LeBron. All right. LeBron James has this squeaky clean image. He's never had no issues. He's never had nothing, right? And if I had to make a bet, and the bet was, does LeBron James, nobody knows about LeBron James fucking anybody else, right? But his wife does, right? Would you take a bet that that's true or false?
That is
in my
true.
bet.
I bet that is true. No disrespect, Bron. Salute the king. But that is a fact. There is an impossibility that LeBron James... Let me not even say what I was about to say, what we know. Because I'm trying to...
The only reason... To me, the only reason that you can say he hasn't had no other scandal about fucking no other bitch, because there's no drama along with it because his wife know.
It's not reckless. He ain't stupid. And at the end of the day, a lot of times in the women in those positions, that's all they really want. Don't make me
because you could never, this is the order and what I think this should go. He fucked some other bitches and his wife know. He fucked the right bitches, so don't nobody know. He haven't fucked no other bitches. That's the probability of how I believe these.
And
first place is his wife know.
A step before that last step, because it seemed like you got to that last step far too soon.
Yeah. The third step is probably he didn't fuck the right bitches. People found out, and he's LeBron James, so it's on the hush. That would be the one above that. You know what I'm saying? People said the stories and nobody gave a fuck because they said, hey, shut the fuck up, bitch. We're not finna print no story about LeBron.
Not only that, it's different when Nike come knocking at your door. The motherfucker send the NDA, that's different. Nike pull up with two niggas in a fucking Cadillac.
Yes. I believe that it's more likely that Nike killed the bitch that was trying to tell people. that LeBron hasn't
I believe chances are higher that Nike got somebody killed.
I put it on my daughter. I believe that more than LeBron James have not fucked no bitch.
I was just about to say, and again, I don't like how this sounds because
me neither.
But
I don't like how it sounds.
LeBron James has been literally one of the most famous people for 20 years. 20 years.
Yes. No, for 25.
Yeah, because even when he was in high school.
He was on the front cover of Sports Illustrated when he was in high school.
Hey, I just watched that show he had on Peacock, Shooting Stars or something. He didn't get with the wonderful, lovely Savannah until I think it was in high school, like either junior year or something like that. So let's go from then.
That was the height of his fame. As far as his high school fame, that was the height of his fame. So we're saying 22 years strong.
And nobody, I'm sorry.
I don't believe that.
And again, I'm not saying that for everyone, even though I can make an argument. But I'm saying that for one of the most popular, desirable people for over 20 years.
I'm saying it because it's LeBron James. Like I've said, I don't think LeBron James is the GOAT of basketball, right? Mm-hmm. But I think that LeBron James has a real good case for the greatest nigga to ever live.
I know you did say that. You did say that.
I think he has a better case for the greatest nigga to ever live than he does to be the GOAT.
And that also entails the fact that he ain't never had no scandal or none of that time.
That's why I say it. Yeah. And it's because I can argue that Michael Jordan is better than LeBron by saying this, and this. Mm. You can't give me no statistics to say that anybody was the greatest nigga to ever live over LeBron on anything. You can't give it to me. Mm. If you name anybody else, they're gonna have a scandal. Yeah. They're gonna have they've been in jail. They're gonna have they wasn't rich when they was 18. You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I'm like, if you say, hey, it was this person and he had this great life and he did, and then I look him up and say he became a millionaire when he was 36, he disqualified.
Gotta be.
If you say, you know what I'm saying? If you say it was somebody like Lil Bow Wow who is still relevant today and knew Snoop when he was 5 or 6 years old, I can say, but Lil Bow Wow's not popping like that today.
Lil Bow Wow got baby mamas.
There's nobody that you can name. I can name 5 or 6 people that might be the GOAT at basketball. When I'm saying this, you can't really name nobody easily and say this person had a better life than LeBron James. I can for real argue he's had the greatest life of all time. So, for me to say, you telling me a man that's had the greatest life of all time. Exactly. Right? You've had the greatest life of all time. So, I can argue that you're at least one of the most desirable niggas of all time.
I'm about to say. You gotta add, like, you don't just, he's not like a Bill Gates little fucking goofy eye little motherfucker. You talk about a nigga who can slam dunk and stand tall.
LeBron James deserves to fuck someone else.
And that is not vaguely, that's hands down why I think he did. Because he deserves it. Like, I'm sorry, you can't be as good of a person as I've been and in life and not be rewarded with nothing, man. Come on, man.
Yes.
And again,
like, Savannah seems wonderful.
Turn a blind eye.
Savannah seems wonderful, right? Yes. I'm not even saying this is something that LeBron James has even asked her. But if I found out that Savannah would not be cool with LeBron James fucking somebody else, I'd be disappointed. even if LeBron's not. I'll be like, come on, Savannah.
Come on, Vanna.
Come on. You feel me?
Van?
You feel me? Like, come on, man.
I agree, man. Which goes back to my point, right? Women, I always used to tell women this before. I don't think every man deserves to be having threesomes and fucking on people and shit. I believe the motherfuckers who earn it should be rewarded with it. And now what's earning it to you is what's earning it to you. But you know what I'm saying? But again, even to us, because we're putting earn on him and her, but she might have feel like he ain't done the one thing that she might have needed him to done. But from my viewpoint, in my viewpoint, he's done over and beyond. Shit, I should get some pussy for all the good LeBron do because I'm also black and over 6 foot plus.
Yeah, no doubt. Somebody should have sex with me.
I know, right?
No doubt. Somebody should have sex with me.
She could even said that.
I watched the nigga's whole career. I remember his first basket against Sacramento, a jump shot on the baseline. Somebody should suck my dick, goddamn it. Let alone his. Let alone his.
If you can't
You know what I'm
find him,
saying?
come get me. But somebody need to
Like
get a dick
dead
sucked.
ass between the two of us. You feel
Yeah,
me?
I
So
know.
yes, bro. Like I can't look at it no other way. A man that's that desired, that's did this many great things. I mean, that has allowed his old lady to live a great life and don't never embarrass her.
Yes. And again, like I tell
He
you,
doing what you really want a man to do.
That's what
Make
I'm
me
about to
feel
say.
secure. Don't embarrass me. And that's
and
really
I
it.
love
Love
you
me.
forever.
No doubt.
And she
You
don't
feel me?
embarrass him either.
So,
She make him look good. So literally,
yes.
it's like
Yes.
from the outside looking in, both of y'all should get some fucking pussy tonight.
Oh, for sure. Hell, and my man, you know my guy, in my guy Kobe Bryant's case, right?
Mm-hmm.
The reason that Vanessa was finna leave his ass because you didn't embarrass me. You feel me? You embarrassed me. You know what I'm saying? Because even if we say, hey, nobody believes that you raped anybody, they damn sure believed you fucked somebody, and they all know that you have a
and
wife.
they all know it when you
right?
say you did. So hey.
Exactly. And they all know that I'm your wife, right? So at the end of the day, you can say, all right, I see where you're coming from, right? But when she never gets a divorce from him and she sticks it out with him, the only reason that she did that is because he deserves to fuck somebody. He deserves to fuck somebody. But what you have done is you have embarrassed our entire family because this crazy bitch that you decided to fuck is accusing you of rape now. You feel me? So it's like, if you're going to fuck somebody, you can't fuck somebody that's going to embarrass our whole household.
I'm mad at you for picking a dumb bitch that embarrassing us.
Exactly.
So I feel like that's partly why she stayed, is like, when you embarrass a woman, you have to embarrass yourself while holding them up to make them feel better about the embarrassment. And Kobe kissing ass, giving rings and crying on TV about how much he loves his wife, to her, in her viewpoint, I would assume, that's more embarrassing to your manhood and this. Like, you're sacrificing
for sure.
with the locker room and all your boys saying, oh, you crying over that? Like, you sacrificing that to show me that you're sorry. I will accept and appreciate you're sorry. I'm going to stand by your side in the interviews, baby. I love you.
Agreed.
Because that's all they want.
Yes. No doubt.
Don't embarrass me. And if you embarrass me, well, embarrass you now in the name of me. That's why niggas got to pull up the shows and, you know, you ever watch those old sitcoms? They got to run outside the house and lift the motherfucking boombox up while playing love music. Like, you got to go write me a love song or make a mixtape. Go make fun of yourself. Go be shameful to get me back.
Straight up. That's how I be, bro. That's how I be, bro. Yes, but yes, I agree that the women handled it the right way. and
kudos.
And you know, yes, bro. I don't know no other way to look at it. To me, if you that high of a status, bro, you deserve some things.
And again, and it's because it comes with the air up there is different, man. So you can't be playing by the rules down in the lobby when you at the fucking penthouse. And again, that's metaphorical. You know what I'm saying? The lobby and the penthouse should all cost the same because it's the same building. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? When you do shit rewardable, you should be rewarded. It's why, you know me, I don't reward bad behavior, because rewards are reserved for rewarding things. You don't just get a reward. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
And I'm telling you, holding it down in your house and taking care of everything should be rewarded. Now, you know what I'm saying? What do you give the guy who has everything?
Pussy.
Pussy.
Well, yeah, exactly. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, there is, like when you have an unlimited amount of money, that shit don't mean nothing.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? An unlimited amount of pussy will always mean something.
Ooh, look at men.
It's the truth. It's the only thing that a man can have an unlimited amount about that he was. Yes, that he would never just be like
all white Air Force Ones. Be like, nigga, this is a bit excessive. Let 17 bad bitches make appointments for 17 days out of the month.
No doubt, no doubt. And nigga, I never think, man, I'm tired of these bad bitches. You don't think I'm tired of getting a new car? I'm tired of doing this. I'm tired of a nigga would never think that. I don't care what nobody says.
The bad bitches
especially, I was just about to say, especially if it's not something that brings any kind of negativity to his life. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing that make you tired of bitches at all.
Yes, the baggage.
No doubt. Like if like in LeBron's case, if having bad bitches would make his wife leave him, then yeah, I'll get tired of bad bitches.
Yeah. If a bad bitch show up to the game with a sign that says LeBron fucked me and didn't call me back, I'll be like, you know what, man? I think it's time to chill out.
if she had a sign that said, hey, LeBron, come fuck me, and I seen Savannah leave the front row and go and get her, and her and Savannah talking the whole game, and then she bring her, I never get tired. Nigga, I ain't never gonna retire. That nigga LeBron be 65. That nigga like LeBron has scored 87,000 points career-wise. That nigga passed Kareem into 30,000. That nigga used to have 34,000 when he passed Kareem. That nigga got 86. Kobe scored 81. That nigga LeBron scored 81,000, nigga. That nigga can't lead the game below, boy.
That nigga
He can't lead the game.
on and off the court, yo.
I swear that nigga said, I don't play the game for championships, nigga. I'm tired of championships. I get tired of championships. I get tired of money. Well, what aren't you tired of, LeBron? Savannah going and picking them hoes.
Bitches in row 17G.
Savannah gonna get them nosebleed bitches sometime. They the one love LeBron the most. Goddamn. But yes, bro. And when people hear men talk like that, they think it's niggas like us because we desperate for pussy.
Come on now. I think I had this conversation somewhere before, but I was talking about there's certain people who are qualified to have certain conversations. So like a person saying what you just said, exactly, thank you. Thank you. And please remove any arrogance out of what I'm saying. I'm qualified. I'm sorry to say. I'm qualified.
I'm qualified.
Qualified.
Yes.
So that's what I'm saying. My ears can't hear an unqualified person telling me or even questioning my qualifications. Like, it's in a realm that you don't even qualify to know what the qualifications are, nigga.
No doubt. You do not know. You don't know. You don't know. It's literally like, hell, it's like everything else in the world, right? I used to always tell myself, yo, if I was bringing home $10,000 a month, not only would I be happy, but I'd feel like I was rich, right? Did that. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't happy and I wasn't rich.
And this is why we have $1.3 million fucking watches. Because a nigga who can have the things that you were able to have and still unhappy and unrich, what is rich and happy, nigga?
Like, man, if I could spend $500,000 on a watch and I ain't think twice about it, nigga, I'll be rich. I mean, I'll be happy. That nigga get that bitch and be like, man, I think if I could spend $1.3 million on a watch, then get that shit and be like, that didn't do it.
If I could get one of 10 watches only ever made, then I'll make it. Nigga, they're making it.
What do you think? I feel like we're guilty of this. This is a good ass question. This is a podcast question.
All right, let's tighten up.
What do you think about? I'll just give you a phrase, and then I'll say, what do you think about this phrase that I'm making up off the top of my head right now? That in the country of America, happiness and money are joint at the hip. They're tied together.
They are not.
That's your response to the phrase?
Yes, my response is happiness and money are not tied to each other.
Well, my response to that is happiness and money being tied to each other is a fact to me.
Ooh, podcast debate.
Go, give me your reasons
You go first. You're the bird. You got the question. You bear the burden.
Well, to me,
I don't know what that
in America, money and happiness are tied together because to me, you can't really have one without the other. But the main reason that I think that you can't have one without the other is because from the time that we are children, we are brainwashed that money makes us happy. And the reason that we are brainwashed that money makes us happy because we watch TV. And when you watch TV, when your show goes to commercial, every single commercial is telling you that if you buy this, you'll be happy. That's what the point of every commercial is. Mm-hmm. The point of every single commercial that comes on. And we come from an era where you couldn't fast forward past commercials or get Hulu Plus without commercials. I even tell people that one of the reasons that I watch shows on Hulu Plus is because I don't want to watch no commercials. Not only do they make me want shit, but it's because of what they stand for. Mm-hmm. To me, they stand for, if you give me the money for this, it'll make you happy. Right?
That's why I think that go ahead. Sorry, didn't mean to cut off your
then I grow up Right? I grow up and I'm conditioned to think these things. I'm conditioned to think that a dope ass car would make me happy. I'm conditioned to think that a $1.3 million watch would make me happy. I'm conditioned to think that a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house that me and my family can live in will make me happy. Right? I'm conditioned to think these things. So without me even getting a choice in the matter, by the time that I'm born and I recollect what's going on, I have been taught that happiness and money run hand in hand, right? So not only have I been taught that, but then I know that health and money run hand in hand. If you don't have no money and health, gotta go hand in hand with happiness.
Yeah, but then now you start to get into A plus B equals B equals C. Go ahead.
All right. Now, health makes happiness, right? Now, me being a nigga that spent, I'd say, $30,000 at the dentist in the last 24 months. Okay? All right? Now, I know anyone that has half
a... Go ahead and smile for us real quick?
No need.
All right,
but I know anyone that has half a brain knows that if you live in paycheck to paycheck, if you feel like you're going to die, you might pull up on the doctor, you might pull up on the hospital, right? But if you got anything going on with your teeth, and it doesn't cause you to have a toothache, and you ain't got no money, you is not finna go pull up on no motherfucking dinner. You might go get a cleaning, you might go see what's wrong, but when them niggas tell you, especially if they tell you some shit like, oh yeah, we're gonna have to take that tooth out. Damn, for real? Yeah, what's that gonna cost? $500. So it's like, well shit, I ain't finna give you $500 to take my tooth out unless that motherfucker hurt. You feel me? Like if it's done anyway, fuck it. You feel me? So then I look at that from a standpoint of, and the biggest part of health in your body is from your mouth. Google it. You feel me? So my whole point is, I can't even afford to be healthy. How can I be happy? You smell what I'm saying? So to me, all of those things are connected, from the brainwashing to the health aspect, how even just from your health care is tied to your job in America. That's a very weird thing to exist, but we don't question it because it's everybody's thing. You feel what I'm saying? So even if you want to be an entrepreneur and you got to go buy healthcare out of your pocket, it's going to run you. You feel me? And if you don't have a healthcare, you know what the doctor finna cost when you pull up. You feel me? So it's like my brain, and it's from day one, and it's from how I'm conditioned and how I live and how I see other people live. Like people think that the Kardashian show is dope because they got money. And they do shit, like, and they buy shit. That's why everybody think it's dope. You feel me? And it's when I see other people that look happy, or when I see other people that we admire. We just got through talking about LeBron. When I see other people that I admire, it's like you think. To me, I think you got arguably the greatest life of all time, and the number one reason that I think that is because you have money.
Because you got money. See, with all that said, you sound very beautiful. I'm gonna cut you off because you can keep going for hours. One of my only rebuts would be as to why money and happiness aren't connected in that sense. I forgot how the question was phrased. Is because you can remember there's times that you actually had happiness that didn't involve spending a penny. Which means one can live without the other. Happiness can live without the money.
Give me an example.
Can I give you a kidly example?
I was just going to say, the only way that they can exist is when you was a kid. And that's because when you were a kid, money is unlimited.
Yes and no. Well, because you don't know it. So you don't even understand it. You know, and if you're able to get the things you like, then you're perfectly fine. But
like, I'm saying, if I tell my daughter, right, if I tell her my bank account is in the negative, so I really can't be buying this, this, and this, and then I buy it on a credit card, right? And you know, my daughter is financially literate because I force her to be, right? So she understands I'm going to pay interest on this. She understands that I'm not buying her real money. She understands that I build my credit through this. She understands all of those things, right? But what she learns also in this is money is so unlimited that even when you don't got money, you can buy something.
You can get money. That's money. We're talking about the happiness.
When you're a kid, money is unlimited. So I don't want a kid example because kids are rich. Your daughter's rich.
Okay, let me give you another example. You recently went on a cruise. That episode that we talked about the cruise is still alive, so I'm going to drop it.
Okay.
You spent a lot of money to go on the cruise, and it wasn't fun. But the times in which you spent with your daughter that were actually free was the times that you actually had fun and was happy. So even though it's under the pretense of the money that got you there, that ain't what made you happy.
Okay.
It was the experience you experienced that made you happy with the person you were experiencing.
Okay. The original phrase isn't, can you have a good time without spending money? I'm not debating that.
No, we're talking about
I know
happy.
I can have a good time without spending
We're not talking
money.
about good time. I'm talking about happiness. You're talking about being happy. You said happy and money goes hand in hand, and I was saying happiness can live without money.
Right. But the example that you gave me is having a good time without spending money.
No, I'm talking about happiness. You were happy that you were there with that person, with some of the memories you had. A good time could be had anywhere. I'm talking about happiness, though. I'm talking about the sensation you were feeling, not the vibes.
Well, I wasn't happy because of that. I'm happy on a daily basis with my life now because I have money. If that would have happened to me when I was if that would have happened to me when I was already depressed, those times that I had that weren't the shittiest part of the time, I wouldn't have left saying, well, I'm happy. I would have left saying I'm even more depressed because I spent money that I didn't have and I didn't even have a good time.
See, I think happiness and money too are two different timelines. Like right now, you can be happy for an hour. You know what I'm saying? But your money lasts longer than the hour, so it will get more credit. But when you were actually truly happy, might have been for an hour, and then the happiness gone to maybe annoyed, maybe tired. Like that feeling fades because it's a feeling, whereas money is more tangible.
Well, okay, let me define happiness.
Go.
Because it's a tough one, I would say defining happiness is, because happiness is a temporary emotion. So I'm going to say it for me, right? Am I happy with my base level life? So if something happens and it puts me here, and then when my base level life comes, I'm still good. Or if something happens and it takes me here, and then my base level life, I'm still happy. To me, I know me, I can't personally. I could never have a base level of my life being happy without money.
Absolutely. So, but then that becomes singular. That becomes individual. Like I feel what you feel majority of the times, but I do have the times which I'll be like, man, I could give a fuck about money, man. Like it's all good. I'll be happy without it. But so that's what I'm saying. It becomes individual. So you have certain people who don't have money and they're perfectly fine and happy. You know what I'm saying? Now they might be sick and shit, which then changes and alters your time happy.
They might have a rotten tooth, but
you gonna see him smile.
They might have a cavity, but to me, the people that can live their life without happiness are the minority.
That's a fact, but that's why
without money and be happy are the minority in America.
So me knowing that,
and then also to me, there are also people who have almost kind of given up on life. As crazy as that sounds.
Yeah, I can see that too.
Isn't
because
it weird?
Some of the people that be happy, they have
disagree.
Nothing to look forward to in life. So it's
it's
very easy to be made happy. Yes. You'd be happy if there's a new season of your show come out or something.
No doubt. If you told me you were happy because you live in a van and you just travel the world and you don't want to spend no money and you don't need this and you don't need that, I would say, okay, I'm cool with that. I don't have no issue with that. But if you tell me my account's in a negative and my electricity cut off and sometimes I can't buy my kids what they want, but fuck that, I'm still happy. Yeah, I would think that you gave up on life. I would think that you. But that's the only way you can not be a liar is that if you gave up on life.
Yeah, because you can't be happy if your kids ain't eating, homeboy.
You can't unless you gave up on life.
I know you're barely hungry, but listen to this joke real quick. Two men walked into a Chick-fil-A.
So I don't think a regular person in America could be happy without money.
I'll take that more elaborative sentence. You expanded the sentence just a little bit more. I like that. See, that's some internet shit. That's some podcast argument for the sake of argument shit.
Yeah, but Oh, I didn't even name the biggest reason though. It's because if you don't have money, it makes you a slave to your job.
They're the worst. Well, not some people. Some people live happily on a motherfucking couch.
Yeah. I always say that having a job is the worst thing about being alive in America.
It is. And for the same reasons you went back to a second ago about advertisement and shit. It's like, man, y'all not only are forcing me to do this, but y'all are forcing me to want to like it and shit. You know, like literally, like, they make a motherfucker look forward to the weekend. Like, so I hate 5 other days because of you.
No doubt.
Like, what kind of shit is that?
52 weeks in a year, and I'm supposed to look forward to 104 of those days.
See what I'm saying?
Out of 365 days.
And nothing wrong with them other days. They're all the same.
Those are perfectly good days.
They're all the same length. Sunrise and set, same time. Shit, the days sound the same. Tuesday, Wednesday.
No doubt. Tuesday qualify for a day by doing the same shit Sunday do.
Meanwhile, I love Saturday to death and I can't stand it. I will not do things on you just to do them on Saturday.
Niggas said they're perfectly good days. They got all their cavities taken care of. They got health insurance. They perfectly good days. They sweet days. Ain't nothing wrong with them. They got 24 hours. That nigga said the sun come up on them.
Same sunset.
And then if it get too hot, later on in the day, it's going to go down on them. It do it all. It do it all, boy. It do the same thing, bro.
But we hate them because of work.
Yes. Yeah, it's insane, like, Mondays.
I remember right before I had my daughter, right? I was working like a lot in a whole different field, right? And making way more money, too. But a nigga that I was working with, he used to always be like working and doing work shit. And like I would see the issues he's having with his family. And I'd be like, man, you can resolve some of these issues if you just set aside some time for them. But anybody who knows when you grinding to get money, ain't no set aside nothing. Every moment needs to be used to make that money. Upon having my daughter, I realized, because I stopped working for like literally a year, and I became a stay-at-home dad for like a year. I did everything, bonded, fucking did everything. And I realized that was more beneficial to, now at the end of the year, nigga, shit was getting fucking real dicey. Nigga had to do any and everything to get, the money back. But I wouldn't trade the year, the knowledge of the year, and what the year has done for even who she is now as a human. I know a lot of that was forged in that year. So it's like being in a position to see how he had the money and the fucked up family, and then saying, I can get the money because I'm in the same field, but I don't want the fucked up family. So it's kind of
I
go ahead.
Would just like to say, thank you for proving my point. Money is tied to you even being able to put in the time with your daughter to where you can see a difference. And that has to make you happy. Because money would allow you to give her that time all the time, not just for a year, not just for this long.
Yes and no, because you got to chase the money, though. Depending on how you get in the money, you might not have that availability.
Of course,
because you're
you have to chase it. You have to chase it if you don't have it. That is literally my point. If you have it, it allows you.
Even having it. When you have money, you need and want more money. That was kind of the theme of this motherfucker. So if you got a business and your business is doing well and you're getting some money, now you have a family, logic kicks in, you need more money. So now you got to hustle harder and put yourself in different avenues to make more money. You ain't never seen a nigga with 2 million say, nah, I got 2 million, I'm good. No, he's trying to get 3 and 4, correct?
I don't know. We're talking about something completely different at that point. I don't know.
I don't know. About them? I thought you were talking about if you had money, it would allow you to spend more time with your family. And I'm explaining to you that's not how that works. Because when you have a lot of money, you're caught up in that web of chasing money. So that's why you don't have the time. It's the broke niggas that got all the time because they home teaching their kid how to play PlayStation and shit.
That is the opposite, man.
Well, then tell me what you're saying then. Because I feel like you realize I was right and you don't want to say it, so you act like you don't know what the fuck we say. So clarify.
I'm saying, you're basically saying if you have money, you have to work harder than a nigga without money.
I'm saying when you have money, you don't work less when you have money, is essentially what I'm saying.
Yeah, you do.
Continue.
You definitely do.
So then why does the motherfucker who just got the new raise or the new GM at the football team, like why is he home less than he was before when he was the video guy?
the GM, you're saying like of a football team?
Yes. Because I was just watching Ballers. I was just watching Ballers again, rewatching it with The Rock. And the one dude, he retired. And he was home all the time. Wife said, man, you need to go find something to do. Nigga went to go sell cars and shit. And then he's still home. Said, man, I want to get back in the game. And then the nigga went and got the scouting position and shit. Then he was never home. And then he literally, you know what I'm saying? He couldn't connect with his family. And it was a big issue and shit. And it's like, that's what happens most of the time. When you're chasing money, and you start accumulating it, you continue to chase, and your time becomes more. You start doing more shit. Now you got more meetings. Now you got more things that are taking time from you, so there's less time for the fam.
If you're chasing money, then you don't have money.
That's not a true statement. Everybody with money chase money. When I say chase money, I don't mean your foot is to the right now. My daughter just came home from the pool, and I've been in here recording for the last 30 minutes. Right? If this was our livelihood, and let's say I had to do another one, like maybe we do 2 shows a day or some shit like that, I would still have another 2-3 hours in which I ain't gonna be able to interact or talk with her. Then by the time we finish, she about to head right to go to sleep. Day over. If I wasn't doing shit, I would have the time to give her all that she wants. That is what I'm saying.
I don't even know what you're saying. Man.
Yeah, I know. Of course not, nigga.
I don't, man.
Nigga,
man, I don't mean this as a shot. I don't. But I don't think the average person in America understands how money works at all. Or how finances work. Or what people with money really be doing with their day. Like when people think of somebody with money, they think of like a celebrity. You know what I'm saying? Like they're like most of the people in America that have money are not celebrities. And they definitely are not spending their time working.
So what are they spending their time doing, you would say?
Whatever the fuck they want. Like I got a homeboy that he earns his living from rental properties. Right? He's not a millionaire, but he has money. Right? And he does still chase money. So sometimes he might spend 2 weeks. Mind you, he's single, so it ain't nobody for him to be chilling with. But he might spend 2 weeks of his day all day, right? Like fixing a bathroom, right? Where he's like, man, this is pretty much all I'm doing from dusk till dawn, right? But he might not do nothing else for the rest of the year. Like people with money have time. That's literally what they have. Like, I'm not talking about a nigga that's a football coach. Like, no, that's not people you just
gave it as a nigga without a family, but the conversation was based on having a family.
Him having a family or not is irrelevant. If he worked for 2 weeks and then he don't have to do nothing for the rest of the year, if he did have a family, it would be better than a nigga working 40 hours a week.
But that mentality works for the nigga without the family. When you have a family, which is a wife and another kid, that $500 that he was making, he would quickly realize, yo, this ain't enough. At which he will then put himself in position to have more work and shit.
Then that would make me say that he not a nigga with money. If you can't take care of your family, then you're not a nigga with money. I'm talking about a nigga with money. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
you said without it. If you're going to come back what I'm saying, the nigga you just gave.
I gave an example of somebody with money. You said he didn't have money. He has money.
No,
if he had a wife and kids, he still would not have to.
You said he don't got money.
No, I said if he has to continue to work, he don't have money, is what I said.
You said he ain't rich.
He's not rich. He has money, though. And I'm saying a nigga who got money do not slave. A nigga who got money has time. To me, somebody who don't have no time don't have no fucking money. You don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you think like entertainers and shit, well, of course, Drake's schedule is busy. You feel what I'm saying? But a nigga who has money, bro, that nigga got time. That's what money is for. That's what it do.
What about a lawyer or a surgeon or something? Are we talking about people who got like jobs or people who have their own careers? Because
it depends. Like if you have a demanding job, you have a demanding job. Like let's say for me, example, I pay attention to a lot of people that make their money off real estate. I pay attention to a lot of people that make their money off social media. I pay attention to a lot of people that make that shit off entrepreneurship. You know what I'm saying? I pay attention to a lot of people that make their money in the stock market. You feel what I'm saying? I be looking at niggas that own laundromats and niggas that own 10 houses and niggas that get their money from the stock market or people that's getting their money from Amazon affiliations and shit like that. Them niggas have time. You feel me? They have time. Like to me, maybe if you're like a professional, then you don't have the time. You feel what I'm saying?
That's the realm I was talking. That's why
I'm also looking at like
as my example.
Like who? What you gave me? I don't remember.
The football GM.
Oh well, yeah. But when football season ain't on, that nigga got time. Yeah, he don't gotta stay in shape. He don't gotta stay in shape. He don't gotta watch his diet. He don't gotta do none of that. In football for 4 months. I promise that nigga got time, definitely more than the nigga that's working every day. The person in America with the least amount of time is the nigga that get up and work 40 hours a week that don't have money, that's not getting paid no real money for it.
Yes, no, that part is absolutely.
That's the nigga in America that got the least amount of time. Faux show. Man, my camera batteries keep dying, bro.
I'm about to say something keep happening because you keep having that shit in your hand.
It wouldn't be that bad if I was recording something by myself, you know? Because then I can just know I need to pause and shit. Exactly. But it's like, shit, you still talking, I'm trying to listen. But it's like...
the time went out and I just started recording it like in session right before it went out. So it's like, man...
See, that'd be the points, man. It should be hard when you try to do things the right way. You feel me? How long we been going though? My camera fucked up, so I don't know.
Hour 15, man. We can wrap it and tap it, man. Because I gotta go pee.
All right, man. Be easily, man. We can knock out another one soon, man.
Yeah, we can, man. We can get it right. Let's just knock the dust off. You know, every time we take a little while, there's gonna be information this week, and we can talk about some shit. I'm gonna get this rendered and sent to you, baby. The Raw Hype, we out of here, baby.
For more exclusive content, go to patreon.com/The Raw Hype. Turn up, Steve.